Meanwhile, back in Sapphire Ridge, I'm inclined to believe that the developers contemplated letting you replay any of the trials, and just concluded that why the fuck would you want to replay any of the trials? Except this one. This does actually kind of make some sense.
At least this is the one that's actually like some kind of a CrossCode gameplay challenge?
Yeah. I mean, not that I wouldn't mind seeing increasingly convoluted scenarios where we have to do the trial of patience again. I think that would have been very funny, but also very difficult to actually pull off and probably would have misfired. And on the whole, I think on balance, I'm happy that they didn't try to do that and just stuck with this. Even if it is kind of rote from a design perspective. Which is not to say there's nothing new or interesting going on here. You might notice we've got a combo meter. All that's actually going on there is that spiders are worth a set number of points, but the amount of points that they're worth increases with each kill, as long as you maintain the combo. And the combo is very literally just get kills within like 8 seconds. That's it, that's the mechanic. Like with the regular trial, I don't really like how the thing lasts for 4 minutes, and it's just boring for 3 minutes. As you probably noticed, I chose to speed that whole thing up by 4 times, and only the last minute is really interesting, and it's going to be where the majority of your points come from, and I'm like, just start out halfway through. Just start with the difficulty cranked up. It's okay. We can handle it. Also, the scoring system is extremely glitched out, and it just says null for all your points values. I don't know what's going on here. Fortunately, nothing hinges on any of this. Although there is a trophy for making it 5 minutes into endless mode on your own, which we'll be getting later because that's actually kind of difficult. But first, here's all the content I cut out from the middle of the last video. The arena is a whole thing. There's like 2 entire tutorial menus in here, and most of it is entirely unnecessary. I'm really only including this one for flavour. And also because I want to just observe at this point that they make this whole thing about custom cups, and like there's a whole counter for taking custom cups, and there are not any custom cups in CrossCode. I can only assume that they're going to add some in the DLC, but it's kind of weird that they did this whole thing and they made this whole thing, and the arena itself was post-game DLC. It launched after 1.0, and it just has this counter in it that there's nothing there.
Something early access. It's on the roadmap, Fiddle. Don't worry about it. They'll get to it.
I mean, this isn't even a stupid meta joke at this point. This is just a weird development direction. Fortunately, a completely inconsequential one. It's just kind of weird that they did this thing in this way. Anyway, I don't like the arena broadly. I've got nothing against the idea of, you know, here's some combat, you're at the end of the game, do you want to just do combat ad infinitum? That's good, I can respect that. there's unique prizes here as well. Some of this stuff is real good. But the thing with the arena is that it introduces a scoring system. And, Oh, also there's like a bunch of categories in the arena coin shop menu, and there's nothing in half of these categories. On the other hand, we can get pets. As it happens, I don't intend to buy any of these, but we will be seeing a pet later. So there's that to look forward to. But I digress. The arena applies a scoring system to CrossCode combat that I don't think synergizes very well with how this game plays. I feel like the things that you have to do to get a high number of arena coins are not things that CrossCode should be asking players to do. And I feel like the developers know this, because they put this exalted platinum medal that you can get in every fight, and they put this entire conversation about how, no, trust us, guys, the platinum medal does not count for anything. Don't try and get it.
I feel like, at some point, the question has to be asked that if you have to go out of your way to be like, yo, this doesn't count for anything, I don't know why you're trying to get it, then why did you even include it?
Yeah, it's a valid concern, and I echo it. Also, yes, they replicated the entire training arena from Rookie Harbor in the basement of the arena. So that's a decision. I'm just gonna go ahead and skip the arena menu tutorial. You might have blinked and missed the fact that in the training area, there is now a second recipe that you can use to buy respec items. So if you don't have the necessary rare items to build a respec token with the regular menu, you can instead build a respec token with even rarer items. Fuck you, don't get to respec. What is with this game and respecs? I don't understand it at all. Anyway, let's do some violence.
Are these the upgraded versions of these early game enemies from the booster, or?
Not from the booster. They are just upgraded versions of the enemy. Here's a level 3 fire tech. That's a melee one. Does a nice powerful combo, ends in this pillar of flame that just lasts like 3 seconds and hits a surprisingly wide area for being the single target variant. It's very fun to hit people with that. And of course it sets people extremely on fire. So yeah, these are scaled up versions of enemies, but they are not the boosted versions. For the most part the difference is academic, but you can't get gemstones or indeed any items from fighting these guys. But you can fight these guys whether or not you have the boosters, so largely academic considerations.
Wait, can you get any drops at all in this?
No. The only thing that drops from arena fights is arena coins, which can of course be turned in for some extremely good stuff, but it's not really dropped in the traditional sense. Also, you know, you can only get arena coins once. You can't just grind the same fight over and over again. Anyway, we did pretty well, right? Nope. We'll get to picking apart some of this stuff a little later, but the game wants you to be absurdly technical and penalizes damage taken to a frankly ridiculous extent. Like, just compare the numbers for points lost for taking damage. and just contrast what tends to happen in fights. Also, these fights are all scaled for pretty much a later level than the one that you actually come to Rhombus Square at, so we shouldn't be doing this at all, honestly, really. We should do the endgame grind and get our levels up and get the good equipment before coming here. But I decided to do some of this anyway, and some interesting stuff happened, like this double kill. Turns out that that doesn't go favourably for us. Oh wait, no, hang on, yes it does. It's just the boss kill resolves after you choose to restart. So having died and chosen to restart, you win.
I see.
Fuck it, I'll take it. Anyway, here's what a gold fight looks like. It's not necessarily true that you must take 0 damage. However, taking any damage does, like, really mess up your score. Taking one big hit, just, like, you lose so many points, it's silly, and also you lose out on the bonus for taking literally no damage. So a lot of the time, in order to really gain this stuff, you kind of have to use the powerful guard arts. Because even if you just do a regular block, you still take chip damage, and the point loss from chip damage does add up. So, yeah. All told, I don't like this system very much. I can see what they were going for, it's just... I don't like layering systems over stuff that wasn't supposed to be there from the beginning. I don't like it. I think games and ranking systems are playing with fire. I've also elected to show off this boss again, because we did fight it before, but it kind of went by in the flash, and I don't think anybody got the chance to actually notice what his deal is. I mean, for the first phase, he doesn't really have a deal other than that he hits you real hard with fire and ice. Which is something. But, turns out there was actually a whole thing going on with this guy. So in the second phase, he brings up a bubble and starts floating menacingly towards you. And he has a couple of real powerful attacks that work based on sight lines. And you can't block or dodge those, so what the game wants you to do is to run away and shoot him through the windows. Get those ricochets going. Also, were you watching our score when we got kicked in the head there? We literally just lost half of our accumulated points from taking that single attack. Just absolutely nuts. Fortunately, some of these fights do actually have leeway on them. Some of these are actually reasonable. Finally, here's, like, literally the very first boss in the game, just souped up to an absurd extent, and fought with a full toolkit. You'll note that the complete banner is showing in the background. I don't know why that's up there. Anyway, trying to get gold on this fight is basically a damage race. The time bonus in the arena works based on there is a par time. If you beat the par time, you get the full bonus, but also you can get a partial bonus for taking up to twice as long as the par time. So that's nice. But yeah, in order to do this fight in time, at least at this level, you basically have to just keep Burn and Jolt stacked on him the whole time, and just grind out so many SP that you can just have continuous text. Surprisingly fun.
Jesus, and even that was still 15 seconds too slow.
Insufficient. Anyway, I did a bunch of this stuff. I bought a good bunch of the extremely high-level equipment, and I'm very pleased with it, for one simple reason. Between the Tranquil earmuffs and the Pedalos shoes, we have plus 50% to our SP rate. That's additional skill points from all sources. So, from here on out, I'm going to be firing off a lot of tags.
Look at all that stuff that we can fuck up.
Why did you collect the bone piles? You see, you know you've literally just got some ice cubes back there. Like, some of this stuff isn't even plants. I won't begrudge you your hobby, but, like... You've even got the insect eggs from Temple Mine. I don't know what to make of this. By the way, no, you cannot break this stuff in this house. We will respect Tala Tulips.
I mean, what was the point in collecting it all if she's just gonna put it in here and then let them all sit there and be all glowy like you can attack them? Like, this would have been a super convenient way to grind out any of these plant drops.
But we've already ground out the plant drops. That's how we filled out the botany book. Like, come on, man, think.
I mean, like, to get drops, though.
I mean, now that we filled out the botany book, you can easily go to any place and just get the plant. I see where you're going with this, but I honestly think there's no point in having the stuff in the house be breakable. It's just there to fill out the collection. Anyway, speaking of drops from plants, well, we got all of the weird stones from all of the weird sprouts in all of the towns, so I guess we can now go and deal with this random guy's request. Fortunately, this isn't too involved, although the smith does give us a little bit of a runaround. Possibly you might even remember us having seen him before. Because, we did kind of walk right past his Do Not Disturb sign and go and bother him in his house. That was a thing that we did. There was that. But this time we have a reason. So it's fine, right?
I like how the portrait that it brings up looks absolutely nothing like his sprite.
Yeah. Little bit of a missed opportunity from the art team there. Oh yeah, we got that too, don't worry. guess the game doesn't expect us to have already found this, but you know, I got the weirdest feeling that there's some kind of history here that I'm not privy to. Maybe I'm just imagining that. Oh well, let's go turn this thing in. Huh. What a strange esoteric quest. I'll never figure out what the hell's going on with this game. Well, in any case, we got a hell of a weapon out of this. It's pretty much just an escalation of all the previous drills. It drops even more stuff, and it gets us even less EXP from enemies. In fact, it gets us 0 EXP from enemies, so don't take this out on the level grind, will you?